whispering to me how she religiously only dated black men. Black men were her king. She wanted to mix children. You know who the man was? He was my brother.
And they say, oh, well, the reason I don't talk to black girls is because when I was younger, they always said I was corny or lame.
People like what they like and people do what they do. And sometimes like you're not even attracted to that person. It's just the fact that you don't like that they're with them. And why do you care?
I was like, my toxic trait is that I like to use men. Yes, yes I do.
Where I said I feel like nobody should date black men is because they're very feminine.
Welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get into this.
You know what haunts me to this day? When I worked at a frozen yogurt shop with this like random white girl, a black man walked in once. He was picking out his frozen yogurt and like all his toppings, and the whole entire time this girl was whispering to me how she religiously only dated black men. Black men were her king. She wanted to mix children. She went on a whole rant the entire time, like just whispering me this. You know what else happened? The man ended up checking out, and you know who the man was? He was my brother.
Small world.
It's so weird. Like,
it's not weird. Just because you don't look at black men in high regard, and she does, it should show you something like, wow, I really appreciate the way other women look at our men. I look at our men like that. What's the issue? If you looked at us in high regard like she does, you would feel the same way. What's the problem? I think something's wrong here. Something's wrong.
How do Russian women view black men?
Love it.
So before you came to America, that's how you felt?
To be honest, when I was like 6 years old on the Russian TV, you know, we're after Soviet Union and everything. There's a black guy. He came on a live TV, right? He started singing in Russian about that he's a chocolate rabbit, and like that whole 2004, 2005, why would the black man coming to Russia performing in our language, you know, changed like the whole concept. So every white woman was singing that song in Russian.
Wow, so she said it. Now, this isn't something that some guy's insinuating, because I saw a video yesterday of people of what do you call them? Abba Preach making fun of somebody for insinuating all black women, all white women in Poland like black guys. But I'll say this. When women like her stated, it's factual. And it may not be for the overall masses. I don't expect all Russian women to like black men. I say most Russian women like their own men. They like Russian men. And that's the same thing across the board. No matter which country you go to. You can go here to the Philippines. You can go to Thailand. You can go to Africa. Most of them like their men. But you have a shot. With those little small percentages, think about it. What that equates to, not that many American men are going over in these countries to go date these women. So say if it's 5% or something lower, do you think 100,000 Americans or 200,000 or 300 or more than that, because I'm sure it's more, are going to go to that country? No, that opens up your playing field. Still, the world is your oyster, but don't get mad, because I know that black ladies are fed up with it, but you got to accept it. Beloved.
You know, one thing I don't like is when I hear certain black men, not all, but when they say, oh, well, the reason I don't talk to black girls is because when I was younger, they always said I was corny or lame. And if you want to date a white girl, by all means, do you. If you want to date a white man, by all means, do you. But you become a COON is when you're not dating them because you like them as a person, but you're only dating them because they're white. Just like you have a preference, women also have a preference. If you came off a little corny or gave off that weird antisocial vibe or awkwardness, she has the right to not want to deal with you. You don't hear non-black people saying, well, I didn't want to talk to Amy because she said I was goofy. No, Brad got himself together, got his appearance up, and now he can talk to Amy. Be honest with yourself. It wasn't that she treated you poorly. You been wanting to talk to her, Amy. Like, step your mouthpiece up and you would get full cooperation. Stop trying to compare yourself to a Future and a Russell.
No. The man was right. Maybe he could have tried a little harder. I'll admit that, right? There are some guys who take it too far, but for the most part, yes, I'm saying I agree with him. For the most part, I think a lot of y'all date too many Tyrones and Pookies, and it shows, right? Some black men are seen as corny. Some black men, you may see them as not being the guy that fits the mold that you want. Like me, I talk a certain way, but I'll be honest. Even how I was, right? I lived in Long Island. When I moved to Long Island, I was the man. But when I went back to Queens, sometimes I would get seen as a square. I would. And isn't that a problem? Think about it. Look how I talk. I talk like a dude that's from the gutter because I am. And when I went back to the gutter, a lot of women would see me as corny. Yeah, I know, right? You find it hard to believe, but it shows you the mind is skewed. And I don't think the black man is wrong for saying what he said. I think it's something that y'all need to fix.
And my mom would get a lot of heat from black women. Like, I've heard people say, like, comments under their breath, and to the point that they know that she can hear, of, like, stealing our men and stuff like that. And I think stuff like that is just so stupid.
I think it's so stupid, too. Like, I let me just say, I can understand. Part of me can understand where it comes from. Like, hey, like, I like to date within my race, and if people in my race are dating outside, that's less for me. So while I understand that aspect of it, I don't agree with it. Because who's to say this dude would even holler at you anyway?
Yeah.
Who's to say that you're even that person's type? People like what they like, and people do what they do. So go find somebody else. Just because this person is snatched up doesn't
mean just because they're black.
And sometimes, like, you're not even attracted to that person. It's just the fact that you don't like that they're with them. And why do you care?
My point exactly.
Yeah.
You know, people like what they like, and same thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what the problem is. They want to own us because you don't see black men doing the same thing. The double standard is crazy. Like, when women of the community date out, guys don't say, oh, how dare, look, why is she dating that white man? No, that doesn't happen. Why is that? Why is it like that? It's the same thing also with older women dating younger men. When older men date younger women, they're seen as pedos, or they're seen as corrupt or taking advantage. That's not true. Man, the way things are, I just want to say one thing. To the women that do care, because there are some black women that could care less. I know. I got to say that because, you know, they'll be hit me up in the comments saying, Jay, you got to tell the truth. I'm telling the truth. There are some that don't care, but you find a large majority that feel they own black men, and you don't own anything we do. We try to tell you to act right. We pour our hearts out to you. In these here videos, that's what we do. The whole video, pouring our heart out to you. But are you going to listen? So, no. So how can you claim that you own us? You don't own not near nobody.
I know that this is self-sabotage, but sometimes when a guy asks me a question and I can feel in the air that he wants me to sell myself, I say the craziest thing I can think of in my head, and I try to go so off script. Like yesterday, a guy asked me, what is my toxic trait? Unprompted, out of nowhere, just trying to pivot the conversation in a way that I felt like he was trying to make me sell myself to him. So I was like, my toxic trait is that I like to use men. Yes, I do. Yeah, I can't help myself. Because in that moment, they either want me to say something that I don't realize is a red flag and hit me with the gotcha, or I feel like they want me to try to sell myself as somebody who's likable and somebody who's trying to be their girlfriend or wifey material, you know? And I had fun. I had fun giving that stupid but genuine answer.
Yeah, guys is probably most likely going to judge you as being off. Seriously. Woman gives an answer like that, guy's going, And don't get mad if a guy keeps his distance. Seriously. She be running around wondering, why am I not getting married? Why are no guys dating me?
Where did all the good men go?
This is why.
I feel like a lot of black women that marry white men are for love. I feel like a lot of black men that marry white women is out of a comparison. Like, I don't necessarily see a lot of black women that have married white men downplay black men in the process. Like, it's just, I met him, I love him, I married him, the end. But then you see the reverse. It's like, I have to marry white because he's black. Do this and they act like that and they do that, and it's just like, that's what makes it weird.
I hate seeing black women with white men more than I hate seeing black men with white women.
And it's the reverse for me.
It's the reverse for me also.
You know what? Shouts out to my man Tony Anderson. He gave me the shirt, and it's funny. As she was talking, and she said, "Black woman with white men is out of love." Double standard popped in my head right away. And I thought of this right here. Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
Very soon.
Seriously, you guys know I've been using that for a while. I used to use it a little bit back in the days of my videos. But for her, winter is coming. Seriously, because like what do you think this is? Like, and it's funny, the guy agreed with her. I'm taken back. I'm flabbergasted because you're siding with her? Like, no. So you're telling me black men that complain, their complaints are invalid? So even black men that don't black women, that don't date white women or women from other cultures, they say the same thing. So what are you gonna say? They've came on video and said it as well. I don't date black women, but I don't date white women, but there's a problem. There is a problem in the community. So what do you say about that? They're wrong? Because that's what you're going to say next. Oh, those guys that don't date women from other cultures are wrong.
I don't know what male gym goer needs to hear this, but please come up to us at the gym. I guess I won't speak for everyone. I'll just speak for myself. Please come up to me at the gym. You don't need to be shy. I'm already shy. That's my job. If you're needing some examples of ways to come up to someone at the gym, again, if you're catching that they want someone to come up to them, that's a tricky one. Compliment our outfit. More importantly, like our shoes. If we're wearing a specific kind of headphones that you're into, maybe be like, oh my gosh, I've heard so many good things about. Just strike up a conversation, you know? You don't have to be creepy or weird. Okay, bye.
The fact that at the end of you stating guys should come up to you, you said you don't have to be creepy or weird, is why guys shouldn't come up to you. How are they being creepy or weird by not talking to you? Guys are doing what most women ask. I don't want guys talking to me at the gym. I don't want guys talking to me at the parking lot. And then at the end of that, you said, don't be creepy or weird. What? What's happening? Are they staring at you? Because if they're staring at you, say something. What are you looking at? Do you think I look beautiful today? Have the goal. Have the go-getter attitude. That modern woman attitude, bring it out in full bloom. Seriously. Because you having it actually has you at the gym, even though you want to be talked to, not being talked to. So be bold. Because at the end of you saying that, you're saying don't be creepy or weird. It bugs me. It grinds my gears. Seriously.
Okay, babes, I know that I did a video where I said I feel like nobody should date black men. And a lot of you girlies agree with me, but I will just have to explain myself further again.
You sound like the man.
Once again, I am a black woman.
She sounds like a black man. You gotta work on that voice, sweetheart.
Black woman who come from black parents, have a black dad and black brothers. But the reason why I genuinely feel like nobody, while they're young, should date black men is because they're very feminine.
Excuse me?
They do have a lot of insecurities by themselves by just growing up as a black man. And because there are men in general, they age a lot more slower in the mind compared to what us women do. So I feel like in general, if you are a smart woman, and these are for the girls who are actually looking to become something in this life, and don't get me wrong, this is not directed to all the black men, because there are a lot of successful black men, a lot of black men who do good things in their lives, you know, like I come from a father, my father is very successful and has done a lot of things and is educated, but he's also old now, you know. If you are smart and lucky, you might find a guy that's like very wealthy or has established himself well for himself. But it's just my opinion. I just feel like for the lifestyle that I am looking for and that I want to have, and I know that most of the girls who do follow me are looking for the same thing, black men are not it for now.
The feeling is mutual.
Speak about black people in an offensive way.
How dare you talk about black men in that way? Do you know every black man? It's kind of like she just said all black men are drug dealers in jail. You feel they're childish? How? Are black men all drug dealers in jail? That's pretty much what you just said. We're childish. What are we doing that's childish? The black men you see, you seem like a rather young girl. You seem young. So is the black guys you see in your neighborhood around your age childish? Be more clear. Because I make sure I'm clear when I make a statement. Like earlier when I said, yes, I'm not saying all black women. I do that because he said all black women. But you can say black woman because the modern black woman is a nightmare. It's not all, but it's most. You said all black men, and it's a small majority. Come on now.
Way for now, because I'm black myself, you know. Imagine if a white woman was sitting here and talking about black people would call her racist. But when I talk to black people, I have self-hate. I don't have self-hate. I love myself. Only because I say that I wouldn't date a black man right now when I'm 23, it doesn't have to mean that I hate black men. Like, I'm not that... Like, trust me, I'm not that...
I gotta stop right there because she said she wouldn't date a black man right now. But you sound like the girl that was on Pop the Balloon recently. And she gonna like, hi, my name is Shakira, or something like that. And everybody popped the balloon. You sound like her, or you look like her. You got the no boobs here. It looks weird. It looks like you're a man dressing up. You was on Pop the Balloon. Pop, pop, pop. Everybody's popping. Because you ain't got it. No black men want you either.
Couldn't agree more.
So there's this guy on here who does like relationship advice, and I guess is like, actually I don't want to give away too many more details, but anyways, I thought he was cute. I saw his Instagram that was like linked in his bio, his TikTok bio, so I like followed him, and then he followed me back right away, might I add. And then like I think an hour later he like was shooting his shot in the DMs, which okay, fine, kind of what I wanted to happen. But he, like, was asking me questions if I lived in the same area, which I do, and was just like, blah, 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 you should come up to the city and whatever. He was like, we should definitely hang out. And I was thinking to myself, like, okay, maybe. But at the same time, I live, like, an hour and a half away from the city. Like, I'm not driving an hour and a half for a date. But, like, he made it seem like he was very persistent about taking me out, which is, again, fine. Like, I thought he was cute. I wanted him to take me out, blah, blah, blah. But then I saw a girl on TikTok clearly like walking around in the city as she's filming her video, and like the caption or like the words on screen were saying like when something along the lines of like when the most unhinged man you've ever gone on a date with is on TikTok giving relationship advice. And I was like, no way, it's the same guy. Lo and behold, it's the same guy. So I like comment and I'm just like, girl, I was getting red flags from him and I was about to go out with him, but like blah, blah, blah. She didn't respond, but she liked my comment. And then today, me and this guy were supposed to hang out tomorrow, right? And like, I agreed to come up to the city, but honestly, like I've been kind of on the fence about it. He texts me right now, like he double texts And he messages me right now. Sorry, this is all through Instagram, so not text, but DMs. And he messages me right now, and he was just like, are you coming to the city tomorrow or not? And I'm like, ew, this is like very weird vibes. There's also a bit of an age gap. I mean, I'll be 23 in 2 months. He just turned 29, which I made.
Repeat this one again. You'll lose money chasing women, but you'll never lose women chasing money. Ingrain that, burn it into your brain.
Made sure to ask the age because I didn't want to.
You're the same age. She just said a little bit of an age gap. She doesn't. Is she? Oh, man. Do this guy a favor. Please, by the end of this, say, I'm not going to date him because do him a favor. Give him a break. Oh, a little bit of age gap. No, it's not. You're 29. You're pretty much, I give you, well, now I give you, I mean, he's 29. You're 23. I give you 23. I was going to give you older, but you're listening to old other women. What did the woman say? My frontal lobe or my frontal cortex or something like that is not fully developed. That's one of the things they say. That's how it is with you. So you're 23. Yes, it is an age gap. You're right. And do my man a favor. Say you're not going to date him.
I want to be like dating someone who's like insanely older, but I thought that was a fine age gap. He said he was cool with it, but I don't know. I just get kind of weird vibes. He's like, I think he's kind of cute, but like, I hope he doesn't see this. Oh my God. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to go on the date tomorrow based off of that text. And this girl's TikTok, I think, was like God sending me a sign to be like, girl, don't do it. Don't go on the date.
Oh, no. That sign wasn't for you. That sign was for him. Seriously. It was to deter you from going on a date with him for him. Why? Because he's a guy that probably thinks like I do. You saw him making content. He could have been making content like this, talking about airheads like you, listening to other TikToks, following woman's advice. He probably goes in on women who are like you. Do that man a favor. She's not gonna date him. That's good. I'm happy for you, brother. If you ever see this, congratulations. She played herself.
Being neurodivergent is a struggle. So you can't date a broke man because that's struggle number 2. You can only have one struggle, okay? And your struggle is already the fact that you're neurodivergent.
I literally say this all the time and it just pisses men off. But the reality is, if you have a partner who has ADHD or autism, it's not just a quirk that you like. They also have much higher needs in comparison to someone who's neurotypical. And for neurodivergent women, it is much harder to fulfill that quote-unquote housewife role because of the fact that you're neurodivergent, and they don't seem to understand that. Like, I try to explain to them that if I'm married, I will not be doing all the cooking and cleaning. I will literally crash out. I will burn out. I'm not neurotypical. I can't handle it.
These little girls, they grow up cultured, but how can I say it? They grow up spoiled, right? Mother probably hasn't taught them how to be a woman, because it's not even that they don't have a father. Their mother doesn't require them to do much. This day and age, right? And it's sad because they talk about, neurodivergent and ADHD. Everybody has some sort of ADHD. Phones are so rampant ever since iPhone and even Android has been in people's pockets and pocketbooks. Not bad. My son has it out the yin yang, but stop it.
I need to be taken care of. I'm so sorry. I need someone to clean for me. I need you to get a mate. Otherwise, my mental capacity is going to be so low that every time you come home, I'm going to crash out on you. I'm going to have a meltdown, like 100%. Oh my God. Or when I talk about the topic of birth or having children, one, if you're neurodivergent, you're probably more paranoid about a lot of the risks that you might be subjected to in having children. And that is me. I am literally like, it's obsessive and it's compulsive. It's an issue for me. I actually have a genuine paranoid fear of having birth. And because of that, I have a lot of expectations I want to meet when it comes to my medical needs when I'm giving birth. And the only way I'd be able to fulfill that is if I had a partner with enough money to give me those resources so that I prevent any tearing, any harm to my body, any...
So, if she gets any tearing or harm to her body, she needs a man with a lot of money. No, you don't. No man is sponsoring your life. No man is taking care of you. Listen, Be responsible. This is the thing. This is the problem with a lot of these young kids. And yes, I say young kids because she's a baby compared to me, right? When they're 16, they keep giving them money. They keep cooking for them, cleaning for them. Parents keep spoiling them, giving them everything when they should be cut off. That's most kids that doesn't happen to. So what happens? This happens. And this is what guys have to deal with it. The future is doomed.
Kind of vibes, but to be honest, I wasn't really attracted to him physically, but I thought, new year, let me be open-minded. And we were supposed to meet to go on a date today. And I did a very bad thing, guys. I did a very bad thing. I didn't get back to him. And I feel bad because I'm doing what these men do to me. I didn't have his number. We were still on the app. And he had asked me from Friday, should we meet in my area or his? I didn't get back to him. And I just seen a message come through. And he was like, oh, I guess that you don't want to meet up then. And I just thought, he didn't deserve that.
I wasn't shocked at the audacity.
He didn't deserve that. So I'm going to rectify that situation and send a message. And now I feel awful. I actually really do feel awful because that's not my style. I would hate to think he was sat there thinking, checking his phone every couple of minutes or every hour to see if I message back.
It's delusional.
And going forward, I need to be better. I need to do better. Let's not break hearts. Let's not hurt people's feelings in this process. Let's be intentional with the people that I'm speaking to. So yeah, those are my reflections on little Hinge mishap.
Yeah, so she shows why some guys are done. That's clearly it right there. All right, you could have been the first person who's responded to him probably in the past week or if not month on Hinge, right? Because, it's a shot in the dark for men. Women, they get validated all the time. In Chads and Tyrone's. So, yeah, this is why men don't date. She's clearly showing, sitting there eating her noodles on a video you're getting paid for, eating food. That's like me right now, sitting here doing a video, twirling noodles, chewing on it. And the mic, you guys gonna be annoyed like, Jay, what are you doing? Why are you eating noodles on a video? Seriously, she's getting paid from this. Take it seriously. Take something in your life seriously, but she won't. Why? Because guys contact her all the time. This is how I know guys contact them all the time. When I was on dating apps, I threw out so many anchors to girls that were 3s, 2s, 1s. I was just trying to get some action. And you know what happened? That's how I got action. Responding to everybody. Because seriously, after a certain while, when I hit my 30s especially, I said, forget about if she looks the best. Just get her. Right? Just try to work it out to get somebody interested in me. That's the whole thing. That's how I used to work. Okay, let me flip this energy. So me being aggressive, okay, I got to flip the energy and make them aggressive and put it on them to chase me. But so that's how I worked it. But yeah, this is why guys are done. And black women need to chill out because a lot of times they don't appreciate black men and then get mad when other cultures do. Don't be hating, be winning. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next video.
So it's coming.